Let's take a trip to the seaside. All right, today we're going to get into another tasting of this Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. This one is cask number 53.381. This is called A Trip to the Seaside. Now, I know from doing a little research on this that this is Caol. That's what I call it. It's a 10-year-old Caol, which, as we know, is one of the baselines for if you're wanting a smoky Scotch, but it's kind of the base model for a smoky Scotch. It's a base blend in a lot of the Johnny Walkers that want, some peat in them. Not super peaty, but still gives you enough there. Okay, let's get in on the nose on it. Of course, I got my fancy glass. Oh yeah, right off the bat, you get some brine. I always have to do that with my nose. I don't know why. You get some brine. You get some. What is it? Mint, not mint. Yeah, maybe mint, like a little spearmint, something like that. You get medicinal note, a pretty good medicinal note on it. So it's really has some good stuff to it. So one thing I forgot to say that this is 60.2% alcohol. So we definitely will be putting a little water with this and watering it down a bit. Oh yeah. Apple, a little bit of pear. Green apple though, not like a red delicious apple. Green apple. All right, let's get stuck into it. Oh man, it's a little ashy, which I like. It comes the bite as it travels through your palate comes back. Now this is first whiskey I've had of the day, so I should have just let that one go down. I'm not following my own rule here. So now on the nose, now that I have it in my gullet, so they say, it's got a lot of honey notes in there. The brininess that was on the beginning is kind of faded away now. Let me see. Oh man, that is excellent. That is excellent. I'm going to put a couple drops of water in it. Okay, if you want to know about watering your whiskey down, you need to go over to my buddy Germ's page. It's Freedom Malts. He's on YouTube. Go over there, like and subscribe to him, because he just did a kind of a breakdown of what per ABV, how much water you should put in to get it to your specific ABV that you want. So yeah, I mean, he did a way better job than I could have done. It would have taken me a lot longer to get all those calculations and stuff going. So go over there and check his page out. But yeah, so we're gonna let that sit for a little bit with the water in it. I added maybe 5 or 6 drops, so it's probably maybe going to turn it down to like 55%, something like that. I don't want to water it too much right now, because I like that higher proof, especially on a peated whiskey. I like the higher proof because I feel like it kind of tamps down the peat note a little bit. Now this one isn't super peated, and of course if you've never had peat, a peated whiskey, it's going to beat you up. Anybody that's ever had one for the first time, it's either a love it or hate it type situation. So, but to me personally, like even now, it's been half a minute since I've had it, and it really it's still lingering. I'm getting like a burnt toffee or like a caramel. No, and it's really not from from the barrel too much. That's it's a refill hogshead, which a hogshead is just a bigger barrel. It doesn't say if it's first fill, so it could be a second fill, which would mean that it's already been used twice. I don't know the 100% specifics on it, but okay, let's get into it now that it's had a minute to sit with the water. Yeah, on the nose, there's almost no peat or brine or even smoke at all. I'm getting that green apple, maybe a little floral note, like not rose, but maybe like a wildflower. Like, right now we're in Central Texas. It's hot. It's been raining a lot, so we get a lot of wildflowers growing. The paintbrushes, Mexican hats, daisies, bunch of stuff like that, and just has that generally floral aroma in the air, and that's what I'm smelling. It's an excellent nose on it. But then if you get deep in the glass, you'll get some of the brininess, the burning bacony pieces. Oh yeah, that couple drops just tamped it down. As all it did was concave the proof a little bit. I was fine with the proof, but it tamped the proof down a little bit, brought up the fruitiness of it. So now it's more like pear, apricot, maybe, getting a hint of smoke throughout, whereas before it was more ash. So now it's coming through as smoke, which is really, really great. I'm liking that. What else? What else is there in there? I'm sorry, I'm trying to work through this as we go. You're learning as I am, it's like, man. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, I could sit there and drink that all night long. I really could. This one hits. So I got one more bottle, one more sip. My light just went out. Of course it did. We're doing this on the fly, guys. We're not proing this thing out. I've got one more of these samples. As you can see, I poured a fairly decent pour, and I still got quite a bit in this bottle. It's a 100 ml bottle, but man, it's got some good. I'll be able to have 2 or 3 drinks out of that before I kill it. So, anyway, yeah. My recommendation would be definitely look into the Scotch Malt Whiskey Society. Kind of, how do I explain this? Like, if you're into Scotch at all, think about this, because, and this is not an endorsement from them. If they want to endorse, come on, brother, let's do it. But this is not an endorsement for them or anything, but this is the second one I've had others in the past, but I haven't been able to sit down with them and, really, really enjoy them. I'm 2 out of 3, and I'm going to do the next one here pretty soon. I am blown away. Not only with the consistency of flavor, the flavors are amazing that are there, but also the fact that they're able to get like these really intricate barrels, and man, it's just some really good whiskey. And you can pick whatever you want. You go on their website. If you like the fruitier, they tell you exactly what you're going to get in the bottle. Of course, taste is subjective. Sorry. So it's not going to be exactly what you get probably, but if they tell you it's a smoky, briny, burnt match, sulfurous type thing, then that's probably what it's going to be. If they tell you it's light and fruity and all this, then, and if you're looking for something like that, like the lighter and fruitier, go to the Highlands or the Speyside or something like that. If you want something a little darker, grungier, go to Isla, Campbelltown, stuff like that. So, my review of it right now, just the first tasting, 2 thumbs up, big time. Excellent stuff. So if you guys like what I'm doing here, you know what to do. Like, follow, subscribe, share if you want to share this. I'm going to try and post links to everything, and let's just keep this going. We're going to keep moving. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast as well, Whiskey Shaman Podcast. And until next time, keep your spirits up. Bye.